The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I write upon him my new name. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Let's talk about payments. Year after year, the societies that we live in are becoming more and more cashless. More and more people use credit cards and smart payment solutions, and more merchants accept payments through payment terminals, making our purchases easy and more convenient. Using payment devices makes our life easier and safer. You don't need to search for pennies and count them to provide the merchant with the exact amount. You just take the credit card, tap it, and the payment is done within a couple of seconds. But is it really safe and convenient to use these devices? Did we reach the ceiling and cannot go any further? The answer is no. And that is why we created Walletmor. Walletmor is the world's first company that makes it possible to pay with a subdermal implant. All you need is your hand. Walletmor implants are biosafe, secure, ultimately convenient, and they are globally acceptable.
They are small, flat, passive NFC transponders that store your account's data. They work as a standard contactless payments wearables and are accepted worldwide by every payment terminal processing contactless payments. The implant encapsulant biopolymer material has been tested to be biocompatible and hypoallergenic, which means that it doesn't react with your body's cells. If requested, the implant can be easily removed at any time by any general practice doctor during a simple office visit. The NFC technology used in the implant authorizes the payment transaction only when it's placed in a very short distance from a payment terminal. Additionally, the implant doesn't violate the basic privacy principles. Just like your bank card, the implant doesn't track your location because it doesn't have any battery, GPS radio, or any other spying or activity tracking systems.
What is more, using Walletmor implant is completely free of charge. There is neither a maintenance fee nor a subscription fee. Every time you make a purchase, you are being charged only the amount that you pay to the merchant, with no strings attached. Walletmor is a wallet of tomorrow. Get into the new era of payments and get your implant now.
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmor is developing a very teeny tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should creep you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards, and the chip gets embedded just under your skin and makes your whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder of Walletmor. Okay, Wojtek, this is so futuristic and out there, but walk me through how it actually works.
Okay, so first of all, thanks for having me. Let's look at the chip as a super small card that you can use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and therefore it can be used only for the near field communication payments. So therefore, you cannot be tracked, you cannot be monitored, you cannot be spied with that implant because it's exactly the same technology as credit card.
So here's my worry, is that you can accidentally buy something by just having your hand too close to a machine, or you could accidentally have your data all stolen by shaking someone's hand, because a lot of times we protect our cards in cases that can't be penetrated. But if it's in your hand, it's really hard to do that.
It's not that simple, to be honest. First of all, you cannot lose money when you are shaking hands with anyone, because the implant is the passive tag and it doesn't have any internal source of energy, and therefore the only option to get the read of that implant is to put it in the near field of terminal. So therefore the other implant, which is inside of the other person's hand, is not capable of processing information. You need to have that source of energy, and only terminals that you can see at the moment are capable of providing that energy. So that's one thing. The other thing is that you definitely cannot lose your money because of the fact that you tap in a random place. Why? Because the implant is so small compared to the credit card. Normally, of course, when you tap the credit card, the terminal, it gets the read instantly. With the implant, it's a little bit different because you need to be super precise. And therefore, if someone is touching your hand, finding this perfect sweet spot, because that's how we need to look at it, you would realize at least 10 times that something is going on with your hand. So that's
do you have it? Wojciech, do you have it in your hand right now?
Yeah, of course. Actually, the x-ray that you saw was from my hand, and that's how it looks. On my hand.
So show me your hand. Is it possible to see it at all? It's just barely standing out, right? Like it looks like maybe a little like a scar.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm popping it a little bit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Did you have a doctor insert it?
Yeah, of course, that's part of the deal, because we are only building the implants, and when it comes to the installations, we want the whole experience to be as safe as possible, and therefore we build a network of partners all across Europe and the US. So therefore, if you are ordering an implant from our side, it's of course shipped to you, but then you need to schedule the appointment with one of the specialists who will just set it up for you. So
do you use it? Like, do you go up to a cashier and say, "Yeah, I'll just tap my hand"? And if that's the case, what's the reaction from the sales clerks?
Yeah, of course. I've been testing it myself since the very beginning. I have been the first person to get it installed, and reactions are pretty wild, to be honest. Sometimes people just don't care, but because when they are stuck in the office for like 10 hours, they just do not care. They just care about having the payment to be processed. But sometimes the reactions are really extreme, because when I tap my hand and there's clearly nothing here inside of the glove or anything else, anywhere else, they are just asking, how the hell is that possible? You need to have a watch somewhere down here in your shirt. But when I'm just taking it down and seeing and showing that, okay, there's nothing out there, then the conversation begins. But in most cases, it turns out to be like a positive conversation, because as long as I explain how it works and what's actually inside, they're pretty much optimistic about it. So there is an instant.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's still a lot of regulatory there. I mean, this is a long way before it's mass market appeal, but it is really interesting to see that you're on the leading edge of this and that you're doing it yourself as your lead guinea pig. Wojciech Paprota, thanks so much for being on. I want to stay with you on this story to see how you do with the business. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider, and
entire collection in under 2 minutes. It's literally that easy.
Hey, in this video I'm going to describe 5 simple steps that you need to take to start paying with your hand with your Walletmor implant. Step 1. Buy a Walletmor payment implant. The first step to start paying with your hand is securing the payment implant on walletmor.com on Walletmor implant page. Purchasing process is very simple, intuitive and straightforward. Step 2. Set up a personal iCard account. Once you've got your order placed, you can open your iCard account that you will link to the implant. That's the account where you will store your funds. You register and manage your personal account in the mobile app, and therefore you need to download it and click the register button. After completing the registration process, iCard team will reach out to you to conduct a 5-minute verification call. iCard is an independent, third-party financial institution registered in the European Union. Walletmor is not associated with iCard and doesn't act on behalf of iCard. Step 3. Activate your implant. Apart from the instruction guide, you will also receive a separate implant's activation card with the 11-digit activation code. To use it, you need to open an iCard app, click on the plus sign in the top right corner and select the NFC wearable option. Then, as you already have your implant, you need to select the Activate your NFC wearable option and type your activation code. Step 4. Add funds to your iCard account. To add funds to your iCard account that you can spend with your Walletmor implant, you need to open an iCard app, click on the menu sign in the top left corner and select the Add Money to iCard option. Then, the app will ask you to choose the top-up method. We recommend you to choose the external credit or debit card as money appears on your iCard account instantly. Step 5. Arrange the installation with the specialist and enjoy paying with your hand. At this point, all you need to do is arranging the implant's installation with the specialist. To find a trusted professional from your region, you can visit the Recommended Professionals page on our website. Once the installation is done, you can start paying with your hand.